All right, we see the first move. It was supposed to be a 5-minute game, but they don't know that. So we'll have to hope that Watson loses the first game and we go to the next. Or we'll just gaslight them and tell them it was a 5-minute game the whole time. Jesus Christ. What the? Welcome to the lowest ELO match ever hosted. All right. I like what we're seeing so far. Holy smokes. It just might work. What the is madness? Good Lord. I mean, gotta be this, right? Gotta have it. Yeah, the fascinating thing is truly you could add the ratings of these two players together, multiply it by 2, and it would be lower than the rating that chess.com gives you when you make a new account. That's why we're hosting this match. That's what it's all about. That's why we're here. Castles. Yep, this is looking pretty solid for Kristamir here. This knight, though, is just like knights never belong on this square. That's a very strange square for the knight. Wouldn't say that it has a very bright future here. But Watson not moving a single pawn. Just hilarious. Watson is a one pawn kind of guy. Like, let me get my one pawn out. That's all I need. Every other piece can flow through there. That's all I need. And oh, Lord. Oh, I forgot. He's got 3 digits in his name. 3 squares, the maximum he could see. Bishop takes g4, not playable there. I forgot about that classic rule. And here we go. c6. You know, he's biding his time. This is actually what we call a double attack down in 3-digit ELO land. So nice little double attack there, and he's able to win a piece. Okay, nice tactic there from Kristamir. Locking down a free piece from... Oh, beautiful. Another double attack. Man, Watson is in tough here. He's basically blundering a tactic every single turn. Another double attack available. Ooh, he misses one there, but okay. It's probably time to cash in some material. The guy's earned it. Bishop takes on b5. All right. Well, is anyone going to get developed? We all know that Watson, you know, his energy flows through the e-file. He's very much like, you ever see those infomercials where the guys take the like that duct tape seal and just slap it on the water tank that's leaking? That's Watson here. Bro's got one alley for everything works through the e-file. That's it. So, I mean, buddy, we gotta move another pawn here. I mean, at some point, he's only gonna have pawns to move. Okay, quite literally the worst pawn does absolutely nothing for the pieces. Oh, man. Watson. Brother. There we go, brother. Big tactic from Watson. Oh, and he strikes back. He strikes back. Do not count Watson out, folks. When you thought Kristamir was running away with it, Watson strikes back. And right when you thought Watson was striking back, Kristamir's running away with it. Okay. Bishop e7, rook b8. Just fascinating. Oh, a double attack here. Back at you, says Watson. Beautiful move right there. If there's one thing that this 100 and 400 are really good at, for sure, double attacks. This is like a, you know, NBA my player that's just double attacks 100. Like, we know everything about that tactic. We're ready to execute. Okay, takes. Now, surely we see this. Oh, and it's actually going to work out. for a checkmate there. But does he see it? Does he see that this is a move that can be played? Oh, he doesn't. He's going to have to move the knight in. 10 seconds. He's just intentionally losing. Rook takes pawn. Oh, this has got me real excited for the match. Because let's not forget, guys, this was a 3-minute game. The match was agreed on 5 minutes. So I can't wait to host this as a 5-minute match. Dude, this is like freaking annoying, man. I was like, let's use the exact same colors, and I took the exact same thing and I just put it in again. So they're playing 3-minute again. Ay. It repeated the exact same command to start the match. I just wanted the same colors. Holy smokes. Watson's going to be higher rated than Kristamir by the time we start the match. I can't force the game to end in a draw, no. We have to wait. The annoying thing is the match will say 2-0 now. I mean, it already said 1-0, so it was already kind of annoying, but rip. Wow, bishop takes b2 is impressive. Patiently waiting. Knight e6 is one of the moves of all time. All right, we got a pretty good look at both players. This is looking like a Kristamir. You know, he's very capable of this, let's say. He's very capable. But his coordination with these pieces is going to be less than ideal. Also, he can sell the game with a stalemate. Sell the match, rather. Conversion leaving a lot to be desired. Maybe we'll see rook d3, rook d4, you know, just hanging every piece in sight. He's gonna flag again. Yeah, but with 2 extra minutes on the clock, I think it's a pretty big difference. Which is why I think the match is actually fair. Because I think it's clear that Kristimir can flag every game, but he will obviously, with 2 extra minutes, it's a different story. Okay. Now we can start the match. You guys played another 3-minute game. The problem is once I start it, I can't stop it. Like you guys are just going. So we're gonna go once again. This time, I'm 100% sure it's a 5-minute game. And let's see if 5-minute really makes the difference we think it's going to make. All right, guys. Watson has taken out Kristimir twice in 3-minute chess. But 5-minute chess is starting. Watson he's basically hung every single piece that he has all the time. He's made a career off of it. But if he does that here, and especially with how quick that they both tend to move, I don't think he's gonna last very long. Now, is almost like a stonewall type of position? I don't even know. We have the first threat of the game. So, yeah, lock that threat down. Honestly, when you have 3 digits in your ELO, a threat is, I mean, you're almost winning the game with a single threat. Honestly, this looks like a pretty well played game so far. Both guys maybe can get developed, castled. Yeah, honestly, pretty solid game from both. Needs to probably do something like this to just open the center. Once it gets tactical, Watson is screwed. I mean, we see him. He moves things to squares that are defended, like knight here. I can't possibly predict what moves we'll see because the guys are just, they have different energy. Like what's happening here? Is he going to respond to this? Are we going to see this? Knight e4, okay. e5. So I actually think this is the way to go. Regardless of whether it is the best move, the worst move, doesn't matter. It opens the position. I think a higher rated player should shine here. It's already working out. Good stuff here from Kristimir. Watson staying in the pocket though. Oh, we see the in-between move. The do-si-do from Watson. Okay, rook d1. Excuse me. Many moves here for Kristimir, but not easy to spot. Plus, you could just hit him with a casual move like this. But how's Kristimir going to respond? Okay, we see quite possibly the most illogical move on the board, but you do you. I think he's going to grab this. That must have been the intention of that move. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, bishop takes. Absolutely. So queen here. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so perfect. Got it. And then not take it. Okay, perfect. For sure we have the 100 playing with the black pieces, right? The 100's playing with black. Has to be the case. Watson is supposed to be defending adoption here. But what we've seen so far is nothing short of amazing. Don't count out Kristamir. He's working here. He's working here. Oh, the in-betweeners from Watson. Dude, Watson from downtown. Every time. You can't sneak nothing by him. Okay. Assuming this, but you know, Watson's capable of anything, really. This is kind of where you want that piece, I would say. But it's really hard to get inside their minds. Maybe we'll see king here. Could see that. Okay. Very easy, actually, to get inside their minds. Yeah. Not that difficult at all. Quite literally lock in the worst move you can fucking think of. That's pretty much all you need to do. Okay. Well, we can see the potential here. We see the potential. It's not quite there, but we see it. Oh, ooh, ooh. It's here. It's looming. But is he wise enough to say? I mean, that's asking a lot. That's asking a lot here. What the two? Oh my goodness. The 2 pieces for the rook? Nobody understands that. The rook is worth 5. He took something that's worth 3. That the math should already not be mathing. Okay. Still in it with this move, I would say. Which means we'll probably see this. Okay. Unfortunately, it's just... I can't think of a reason why this rook would move. Huh? Bruh. These guys aren't real. Surely they're not real. Now he goes rook f1. Look at this thing. It's just sitting there. Oi, oi, oi. It's absolutely anyone's game, folks. Anyone's game. I'm in shock. I mean, I don't know what to say. What are we looking at? It's just absolutely ridiculous. He's gonna do this. Surely. Oh my goodness. Dude, how do you leave that there? What is this game? Huh? That's not real. That's not real. There's no way. KO. Now, due to the adoption match ending, obviously, we have to now extend the same grace to Watson. Watson will officially be pushing for adoption himself. Head on in for the rematch. Kristamir and Watson. Are they going to trade ratings by the end of this match? So, we won't see this move because Kristamir doesn't know how pawns move, right? Surely this makes no sense. How can you start this next game and immediately do this when the previous game there was a queen sitting right here and we didn't know how pawn moves then? I mean, it's too much. It really is. Kristamir. Apparently he does know how the pawns work. Okay, Kristamir, honestly, I think he's flipping the script here. up 2 pawns, but obviously being up a pawn in a 100 and 200 ELO game is effectively irrelevant. Okay, we see the guy's actually getting pieces out. I love to see that. I could see this move being played just because you're... Sorry, never mind. Don't know what I was thinking there. Of course, b5. Nobody knows how to play this move at this ELO, so this is actually a very strong move. Because after this would happen, then the knight would be loose. So very, very devious stuff there. Takes, and would you look at that? Amazing tactics. Just the foresight from Mr. Watson. Incredible, really. Kristamir giving pause and not capturing the pawn in favor of e4. Wow. That was a banger of a move there from Kristamir. I mean, definitely probably the best move. And he can snap it back. And look at the defense now. Wow. Oh no, Kristamir is looking to eat here. This is impressive, what I'm seeing right now. This is these are moves from a guy that's capable of adopting. Oh yeah, he's keeping it calm, keeping it collected. This queen is going to be hung for sure because nobody has the patience to go back where they came from. So most likely this move, yeah. As I said, nobody has the patience to return. So we are going to see some move, and it didn't matter which one we saw. It was going to be bad. Ooh, knight c7. Yep. Kristamir is just unloading here. Okay. Do we know the value of pieces? Yes. Understandable capture. This one we don't see, so maybe this. Really hard to get inside the mind of a 274. Rook c1. Okay, a check. Very valuable commodity at this ELO. Just a single check can swing the balance of the game. As is indicated by this exact move. Bishop b4, knight d2. Jeez. Yeah, king f1. Oh no. So surely he's gonna take that. Actually, yeah, maybe not. But okay, surely he takes that rook, and he does. More development here would be nice from Mr. Watson, but same for Kristamir, getting the pieces out. Time is relatively even, which usually is bad news for Kristamir. Now, while this move is not great, you can kind of understand it. Technically, these pieces should start to dominate the position, but low-rated players are generally not good at coordinating pieces, and they are good at using their queen. So let's see what happens. Obviously, this one was missed, but let's see what happens, because I can see the queen just kind of going to town on this position. Coordinating a whole bunch of minor pieces is not usually a strong suit. That being said, I would much rather play black here, not because black actually has a good position, but three pieces look very difficult to handle. So here's a good example. He's already getting in there with the queen. Tough to handle. Already a big decision for Watson. Does he go this way? Does he go that way? This one seems to make sense. Okay, he's going out. Now, one thing Kristamir is notoriously poor at is chasing down a king for checkmate. We see him constantly like just hunt and hunt and hunt, but to no avail. So let's see if that comes back to bite him, because he usually is able to get the king on the run really nicely, but closing it out, not always his strong suit. So wow, okay. I would say he played the two most promising moves, but after this, can he continue? Knight d6 from Watson. Everything up in the air here. He decides to take this one. I think that actually might be the better capture. So yeah, thumbs up for that. This is possible. This is more likely. Yep. So here, and after this, he's just once again in a position where all the moves he wants to do are not quite mate. But very likely to see another check here, and we're getting into that pattern of Christomir trying to hunt the king down, and oh my god, the knight is just the best defender. It's covering everything. Nothing works here. The presence of the knights on the board is huge. I think that puts Watson as a favorite here. The knights, I know it doesn't sound like much, but the knights will rule the board. This is a very likely move here. Okay, f3, knight h2. f3 and knight h2 is about the greatest thing that could have happened for Christomir, because you immediately eliminated one of those dangerous forking knights. That knight has nowhere to go, and after king g1, which is a normal move to go closer to the piece that's threatening you and attack it back, there's nowhere it can go. So he will realize that it's trapped. That much he'll get right. He only has a minute. I would say another great move. I would say he needs to get a checkmate, because a minute is simply insufficient for for our guy Christomir. Now, this move would be huge. Yeah, that move is massive. Okay, he's cleaning up pawns, and you know what? He may have learned a thing or two from his previous games. I think he's keeping it simple. As I say that, let's let him overcomplicate it. Okay, I think that's a good strat. I think that's a good strat. Kind of take everything in sight. Now, actually, I didn't even realize that the queen was attacking the rook, by the way. I did not realize. If Watson saw that, that's crazy. This check is valuable. Probably going to earn him like 3-4 seconds on the clock. As we see, it's earned him now almost 10 seconds. Just one single check. Another check. Let's see how long. I mean, yeah, Christomir is just not capable of finding that. Just single checks are worth 10 seconds on the clock here. Knight here. The king just was on that square, so he will see it moving back. Will he return? He's in check here, so obviously we have to wait the obligatory 8 seconds before we can move. Okay, now we can move. Will he see this? This would be huge. He does spot it. 12 seconds. He's going to get a queen, and there's not going to be stalemate because of this damn pawn. Does he have the motor skills to get the ladder working? Oh my god, goodness, what the hell is that? Jesus, 3.7. Dude. This is mate, but no way he plays it. Oh my goodness, just absolutely nothing in there. The motor skills were not motoring. The one pawn. The only thing you didn't take. Ay, ay, ay. Watson comes away with the victory. Big Watson. You should pre-move the ladder. Well, no shit, you should pre-move the ladder. Yeah, pre-moves are not going to be that important, because all it's going to do is basically let your opponent see your trash move faster. And there is an element of surprise and mystery. Oh, are we going to see the Watson? Hit him with that. Yo, hit him with that again. Let's go, Watson. Hit him with that sauce. Absolutely, babe. Oh, get him. Get him, Watson. He's eating right now. Knight g5, bishop f7 from the sun. Ooh. No, of course not. He could be cooking something up here. Yep, I could. Yep. There's still stuff happening here. Okay, understandable. Watson, he doesn't mess around with this half. Okay, oh, of course. Yep. Makes sense there. Knight g5, bishop f7 from Watson. Holy moly here. What a position. Like, oh my god, he knows that there's a pin. Unbelievable from Watson. Just amazing. Holy smokes, the guy's locked in. Dude, Watson is on one right now. He's only using his queen. In fact, he might be able to truly only use the queen and get the dub here. It really could happen. Ooh, that's a good move. I could see this happening anyway. But this is a great one. Because it's going to force him to go back here, which, you know, you always think twice about that. But this, I could see him landing on that square. Yep, and he does. It's not the square he just came from. You know, low-rated players never like to go to the square they were just on. It feels like they accomplish nothing. And even though what they actually do accomplishes nothing, it doesn't feel that way to them. So they always like to make a different move than the previous one. Never will you see a low-rated player just make a move and then move it back. Okay, again, I find myself looking at Kristomir's position and being like, it does make sense. It is good, but that's not good enough. Yep, of course. We couldn't possibly move anything over here. That would be illegal. Let's hit him with the Watson sauce. C3. No, C4. Yeah, C4 really helps get the pieces out here. So this C4 is a key move. Okay. Obviously. Yeah, probably. Okay. Yep. Yep. Well, as expected, this is the poisoned knight variation, where, ooh, well, seeing as it's poison, we'll probably see, you know, pawn takes here. Okay, maybe draw by repetition. I could see something developing here. Now, where's the queen going to go? It was just on this square. So he's definitely going to try to go somewhere new. Maybe here. That's a forward move? Right. Excuse me. Of course. Time to develop now that the queen's attacked. I should have known. Yep, rook, totally. Rook f6. Guys, surely this is Kristomir's game. Surely. There's no way. With 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Got the queen out loud and proud. Okay. Wait a minute. He has the chance to answer check with double check and mate. Whew. Might be one of the nastiest combos I've ever seen. What? Brother, what was that? What is that? He needs to lock in and find... Oh, no. And it's going to happen to him. Now this is just brutal. Just go ahead. Just go ahead and make it happen, will you? Go ahead and force it to happen. Oh, is it his turn? No. Time is ticking. We know that time is a big enemy here for Mr. Watson. to utilize against Kristimir, as he always has. Knight g8, going incognito mode. It's something that not a lot of strong players talk about, but if you put your knight on your opponent's square, where the knight usually is, they don't actually see it. It's invisible. He is just motoring this knight around. I mean, there's just, the knight is not escaping, right? It's completely stuck here. Is he going to manage the great escape? Okay. Private Ryan. No, but a minute and 10 seconds here. This is looking favored for Kristimir. But only if he gets the rook off the board. Oh my god. He accidentally mated him. He accidentally checkmated him. It's mate. Dude, what the hell? Where did that mate come from? Every piece involved here. Very impressive stuff from the boys here. Watson and Kristimir. The 5-0 match is officially 2-1. These games are clocking in with a game review accuracy of 48.9 for Watson and 60.6 for Kristimir. Just the average game. That's what the boys are capable of here. Okay. MLG says, you don't have to remember, Chris. It's on the board. Kristimir said he forgot that his knight was in the way of his bishop and queen. The response is, you don't have to remember. It's on the board. Yeah, doofus. You could just look with your eyes. It's a good piece of advice. Just look. Just look at the pieces. They're right there. That way you won't miss anything if you just look at them. You don't have to remember. Just look. Okay, this is already a pretty decent game from both because it's move 6 and we haven't seen a catastrophic blunder that loses the entire game or significant material, which means we're probably due for it in the next couple moves here. What is he cooking up? Maybe queen here for mate. Just trying to get in the... okay, yeah. Well, that's definitely... it's definitely a move. A5, interesting. Not prioritizing anything. There's nothing more valuable and important than this. This move needed to be played. It was key to do it right there. Challenge. Predict 5 blunders. That it does sound like a challenge. Getting their blunders correct here it's difficult stuff. Watson definitely seems like this kind of guy. I'm waiting for him to... He usually likes to just kind of send over here and prioritize no development. But if there's one thing the guys do know how to do, it's castle. So they're probably, generally looking forward to those moves every game. Well, I think you actually have it wrong, Java Bandit. It's not that there's no such thing as tension at this ELO. In fact, the guys have a lot of tension. But that tension is born from them not seeing mutually that pieces are attacking one another. So tension at higher ELO is both people understand that pieces are attacking each other and they're choosing to let them be. Here, we've got two players that do not understand that the pieces are attacking each other. and so they're leaving them be. In both cases, we do have tension. Watson just emerged ahead a knight after that. Just took a freebie. And Watson's castled. So this is looking really good for Watson. Like, you have to be happy here. So for example here, this is not tension. This is just like nobody understands. There's a long way between them. You could grab this and grab this. But, you know, that's that's quite the ask there. Holy Mackinac. Java Bandit. Oh my goodness, Watson's coming in with the special. We're here hosting the lowest rated match in history, probably that has ever been hosted on any stream. And Java Bandit is tossing in 100 subs in show of appreciation. 100 kick subs. Java is the fucking man, absolutely. Java, is this what you're here for? Tell me. Java, are you here for this? Oh my goodness. Bishop here. A staggering move. Kristamir, lucky that this wasn't mate. Meanwhile, going for mate himself. Holy smokes. He gets the mate. All you have to do is threaten mate, and it's surely enough. Java Bandit was in before the KO. It is 2-2. 2-2. Yep. The boys got to keep infighting. We need some separation here. 2-2 is a tight matchup. We're still in the 5-minute. Dude, this is the Watson special right here. He loves to get that knight up there. Well, this is the tiebreaker, Watson. I think it's winner take all right here. Championship point between Watson and Kristamir. 1 5-minute game to decide it all. Lock in, everybody. We're going for a wild ride. White pieces for Watson in this championship game. Let's see what he can do. Okay, so obviously we know what Watson's gonna do. Go Watson. Okay, so Kristamir does understand that when he moves here that he is attacking this, and if it's not defended, he takes it. He is a absolute star at that. Now, after that, that's where, you know, we could see some improvement. For example, you can't just take it and then leave it there. Buddy. Okay. Surely he understands that. Wait, this was actually genius. Wait, what the hell? Watson just cooked there. Taking this way to take... Okay. Hold on a second, Watson. Low-key a great move. But of course, it wouldn't be Watson without a blunder every other move. Well, it was nice. It was. So we have the 2 bishops for Watson here. That's a huge advantage at 100 ELO. G6, very clear what he wants to do. Kristimir probably going to lock in the next couple moves fairly quickly unless there's other threats. Yeah, very solid move. Love that. Love that one. Is Watson going to complete development or at least continue it? Okay, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad move. I would have preferred to, leave the center intact, but I can't hate on that. I truly cannot. Maybe we'll see the classic. Ooh, he decides to take opposite bishops. Opposite bishops. Okay, f4 is just so a free pawn. It is so hanging. Yeah, I wonder what opposite bishops mean. Like, opposite bishops as a concept honestly does remind me of 300s. Like, just the concept of opposite bishops, how they can just like glide by one another. They're clearly on opposite sides. They clearly have beef with one another, but they can just slide right by one another and just nothing, no interaction. It just really reminds me of 300 ELO chess. So good move here from Kristimir. I mean, I like queen d6. I really do. Now, Watson cannot castle. So noticing that, I think he cooks up this. Kristimir, there's no way he's going to move the king, even though that would be probably a good move. Much more natural for him to block the check. Low-rated players, I think, understand the concept that my king needs to castle. Now, they don't get castled fast enough, but for some reason they understand they need to. Take it back for sure. Obviously, he has a move to throw in, but it isn't the end of the game, so it's not super dangerous. Now, I actually see what he's cooking up here, but if Kristimir is wise, he'll probably go this way. And honestly, yeah, we still have to wait and see after that. I'm not too sure. Did you get Axon with one of those subs? Yes, thank you to Java Bandit. King f1. I mean, is he going to go for this? There's big problems potentially down here. Because I don't think Kristimir has noticed that this has uncovered something. I think this is, it's the makings of a Watson dub. If I have things correct here. I do think this has all the ingredients for a Watson dub. No obvious wins for black. Counterplay incoming. And look at the time ticking away. He spent almost a minute on this move right now. So completely reasonable. Now, my hypothesis is that Watson sees this. It could be wrong, in which case we'll probably see Watson play this. But if he does, there's still questions to be asked and answered after king there. Okay, Watson is going to get a trade. I assume he's just going to lock that right on in. Take it. The rooks will get down there, presumably. So obviously, big advantage for black here. Just look at the quality of the pieces. Black's rooks are on the second, but time is even, and I don't know, Watson has just seemed to fare better in these positions where there's no mate. And yeah, I do not think there is going to be mating nets here. Opposite bishop provides pretty good defense. We see this. I could see the end of the game here with this. But that's quite the ask. We're more likely to see this, although I would say this is the objective move that you'd want here with black. So as Watson, I wonder which move here feels more natural, because this, you're walking into that, and this, you're not. So I actually find this to be a move that makes sense, because this does not look very good. And Kristamir finds an absolute cracker of a move. Rook D1. It seems obvious, but you know what? That's a long way for that rook to go. And Watson slides back, but I don't think it's gonna matter. KO. Watson, Kristamir. What can we say, gentlemen? GG's. What a real fight there. In the end, Watson actually got more dubs, but a couple of those were 3-0. So Kristamir does get the 5-0 win, but both guys showing off, you know, the areas of expertise. Watson a little bit better in lower time. You are under 300 now. That's okay. It's all about your rapid rating.